We do not like what has happened where we can't even go to Thanksgiving dinner with our uncle because you end up in some weird fight that is unnecessary. and I think bringing back people together, well, it's true. These guys are just weird.
Just weird. That was Minnesota Governor Tim Walz last week laying out a new line of criticism against the Republican ticket that has since become one of the most prominent messages of the Democratic Party, that the GOP is just weird. Sources tell CBS News that Walz is one of 5 Democrats who have emerged as the top contenders to become Kamala Harris's running mate. Harris is expected to announce her pick for VP by Monday. So our Katrina Kaufman is in St. Paul, Minnesota, covering the potential candidacy of Governor Walz. Katrina, great to see you. Talk to us more about the origins of this weird comment and Walz's overall strategy as a surrogate for Kamala Harris, because he has really emerged as one of the top surrogates, which is something I'm not sure most people saw coming.
Yeah, I think this has been a surprise to a lot of people. And this weird terminology is something that he's been saying for a little while now, but he has just gained prominence with it. And as you said, the Democratic Party is picking it up. Kamala Harris is picking it up. And he says that what he means by this is that he's not trying to stoop to playground name calling. It's just that he finds the policies, the rhetoric, the things that Trump and Vance are talking about on the campaign trail just weird. And he says that it's that way for the voters that he represents. Walz provides a really interesting counterpoint to Harris. He is from a rural area, working class. He was a former school teacher. He was a football coach. And he really provides a distinction from the characterization of her as sort of this left coast liberal prosecutor. So he could be a very interesting complement for her on this ticket.
He really could. And, you know, some of the other top contenders for VP were better known than Governor Walz. You had Pete Buttigieg, Josh Shapiro, but he does have some key assets beyond his ability to communicate that some of these other top contenders don't necessarily have. What are they?
Absolutely. He has risen to prominence here in Minnesota. He is known for having an extremely productive legislative record, and he really appeals to people as an everyman. He is someone that the party sees as potentially bringing over more of a moderate, working class, rural vote that could really provide a counterpoint to J.D. Vance.
Katrina, what would some of the drawbacks of picking Walz as a running mate be, you know, when you're talking about him vis-a-vis some of the other contenders?
For one, he doesn't have the same name recognition as some of these contenders. He also comes from a state that has typically voted Democratic. The last time that Minnesota voted for a Republican was back in 1972 for Nixon. But there have been a number of close races here, and Trump and Vance are absolutely making a play for Minnesota. They recently held a rally here. Another thing is that he received a lot of criticism for the handling of the riots after George Floyd. There was a lot of destruction that happened here in Minneapolis, and people feel as though he didn't bring in the National Guard soon enough. So similarly to the way that Trump has criticized Harris for being soft on crime, that could be a potential vulnerability for him as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, we're hearing that Harris is going to unveil her running mate now by Monday at the latest. Any sense of how we can expect her to make this announcement?
We really don't know, but it's possible that she will follow suit with how Trump and Biden have been announcing things. Biden, when he decided to step out of the race, posted on X. Trump announced Vance as a running mate on social media, so perhaps this is a way that she'll go. What we do know is that she is going to hit the ground running with this VP pick. Starting on Tuesday in Pennsylvania, she has a battleground state tour set up.
Yeah, she's got 7 states that she's hitting with her VP pick in 1 week, so they're going to be spending a lot of time getting to know each other even better. Katrina Kaufman in Minnesota, thank you so much.